and the subconscious is listening, without resistance. So, what are you giving it? What is the last thing you say to yourself before you drift off? Is it worry, regret, loneliness, fear? Is it scrolling through other people's lives, imagining what you lack? If so, then you're not sleeping. You're programming. You're planting seeds of lack into the most fertile soil of your soul. And those seeds, they grow. But you can change this. You can reclaim the night. You can make sleep your sacred workshop, your quiet rehearsal room, your cosmic altar. And here is how. Fall asleep in the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Not in the wanting, not in the beginning, but in the having. Close your eyes and become the one who already has it. Not later, not someday, now, inwardly, quietly, faithfully. If you seek healing, feel what it's like to wake up strong, to breathe easily, to laugh with energy again. If you seek love, feel the warmth of being held. Hear the voice of someone saying, "You are safe with me." Smile as if you are already known. If you seek abundance, drift into the dream with gratitude, not for what's coming, but for what is already done in the unseen. Your emotions are the code. Your imagination is the signal. And your sleep is the sacred delivery system. You are not trying to force the future. You are stepping into it inwardly, so that it must take form outwardly. This is not superstition. This is not a bedtime ritual to soothe your nerves. This is the law. Time ritual to soothe your nerves. This is the law. Neville said, "Man moves in a world that is nothing more or less than his consciousness objectified." And where is consciousness most programmable? In the final minutes before sleep. So protect that window. Guard it with reverence. Do not go to bed with the weight of what went wrong. Go to bed with the light of what is becoming. You don't need proof. You don't need anyone's permission. You only need an assumption and sleep. Because when you fall asleep, assuming a new reality, you bypass all resistance. You go straight to the subconscious, and the subconscious goes straight to work. And the next day, reality will begin to catch up. You'll notice small shifts, new opportunities, synchronicities. People are showing up differently. But most importantly, Kabias, you will feel different. And how you feel is how you create. So let sleep become your temple. Let it become your meeting place with the divine. Let it become the portal through which new realities are born. Every night you are standing at the threshold, and you have a choice. Do you fall asleep as the wounded version of yourself? Or do you fall asleep as the healed? Do you replay the old movie of rejection? Or do you press play on the new script of love, joy, and power? Do not let the past tuck you in. Do not let the fears of the day follow you into the sacred night. Say instead, "I am not who I was. I am already who I've chosen to be. And tonight I rest in the feeling of fulfilled desire. Because I know imagination is the only reality." Breathe in that knowing. Let it saturate your being. Let the last images you see in your mind be the ones you wish to see in life. Let your bed become an altar. Let your dreams become declarations. Let your stillness become a spiritual act of creation. And when you wake, the world will begin to rearrange itself to reflect the self you dared to embody in the quiet mystery of sleep. Chapter 7. Imagination is the divine itself. You've been taught that God is somewhere far away, in the sky, in the church. In the future, you must earn. But what if that was never true? What if God, the Creator, the Source, the infinite intelligence that gives rise to worlds, was not outside of you at all? What if God were within you, not as a metaphor, but as your imagination? Neville said it clearly, again and again. God and your own wonderful human imagination are one and the same. This is not blasphemy. This is a revelation. This is the lifting of the veil. The kingdom is not far. The divine is not hidden. The Creator is not beyond reach. You've been using it all your life. You just didn't know what it was. Every time you imagined something vividly, every time you saw it clearly, felt it deeply, believed it fully, you were praying, you were creating, you were moving the substance of reality into form, and power, that presence, that consciousness that speaks in image and feeling. That is God in you. Imagination is not child's play. It is the architect of the universe. It is the invisible mind behind every form. It is the spiritual DNA of all manifestation. Everything you see around you, every building, every invention, every work of art, every movement of progress, first existed in someone's imagination. It is the womb of all creation. It is the unseen becoming seen. It is the divine choosing to move through you. So let go of the idea that imagination is fantasy. Let go of the belief that it's just a mental escape. Imagination is not what you do to distract yourself from reality. It is what creates reality. It is the language of God. It is the power that said, "Let there be light," and there was. It is the "I am becoming, I see." When you imagine with faith, you are not using God. You are expressing God. You are becoming a vessel through which the divine manifests form. This is why your inner world matters more than your outer effort. This is why what you dwell on becomes real. This is why the visions you return to, again and again, eventually crystallize as life. Because imagination is not passive. It is creative energy. It is divine substance taking shape through your consciousness. And that consciousness? It is sacred. It is powerful. It is responsible. You don't have to beg. You don't have to chase. You don't have to prove anything. You only have to imagine, not as someone hoping, but as someone remembers. This is who I am. This is what I choose. This is what I claim. And then you feel it. You feel the wish fulfilled. You feel the end result. You walk in it, speak from it, live through it. Because the divine does not respond to doubt. It responds to alignment. And imagination is the act of aligning yourself with the reality you know is possible. Even if no one else sees it yet. Even if the outer world hasn't caught up. Even if your senses scream the opposite. Faith is not waiting for evidence. Faith is embodying the unseen. Because you know the unseen is the real.
Hello, my name is Adam Ferrari, the Chief Executive Officer of Phoenix Energy. I look forward to you joining.
The unseen is the real. Neville said, "Imagination is spiritual sensation. It is how the soul touches what the body cannot. It is how you commune with the source without words. It is how you speak in the language of heaven." So, what have you been imagining? What have you been emotionally rehearsing? Because that is your true worship. That is your real prayer. And it is being answered, always. You don't need more effort. You need more vision. You don't need more knowledge. You need a deeper awareness of who you already are. You are the image maker, the reality shaper, the one who breathes life into thought and calls it done. This is why Jesus said, "The Father and I are one." Not someday, not in theory, but in awareness. And this is why he also said, "The works I do, you shall do also." Because the divine is not exclusive. It is expressive. It is seeking to express through you. Through the images you hold, through the stories you believe, through the visions you dare to enter as reality now. So close your eyes, go inward, and say to yourself, "What I imagine now, I become. What I feel now, I create. What I dwell upon now, I call into being." You are not separate, you are not powerless, you are not a servant to fate. You are the imaginal vessel of God. And when you accept this, not with pride, but with holy humility, you stop asking, "Will it happen?" and start saying, "It is done." Because when you imagine in alignment, the universe does not delay. It delivers, not because you begged, but because you remembered. That imagination is the divine itself.